What was the biggest surprise for you guys while you were in dental school?
Honestly, I think one of the biggest surprises is that you know I think just getting through things, learning how to manage things. I think one of the biggest surprises was seeing you see like the growth throughout your process and different things like that. I don't necessarily see it as a surprise, but you continuously surprise yourself throughout the dental school process, and like, okay, my hand skills are getting better. I'm being able to dissect a lot more information more quickly. Like the conversations that you're having with faculty, the level of those conversations continue to elevate like passively just by putting in more work and putting in more effort and really going through these classes and dedicating yourself. So it's not necessarily surprising. I think it's more so just continuing to strive more so towards that next level, and you continue to surprise yourself of like, okay, really knowing that you understand different things and going through that process. It's cool. Just to kind of see those benchmarks. Again, I don't necessarily know if it's surprising because that's what you're there for and you kind of intend on getting better. But at the same time, it is a good feeling when you're like, okay, I thought this might stretch my knowledge. I thought this might stretch my skills, but I'm actually, more proficient than I thought, or I'm actually I'm a lot further along than I believed I would, I believed to be. So that's good.
I kind of understand what you're saying. So when we were in operative one, right, in sim clinic, we're trying to, just figure out how to do a box, like a drop in the box and breaking contact and all this stuff. And, I would be struggling with that. And then once we started fixed pros, that was a whole nother beast. And, learning how to, work on every millimeter of the tooth. But when we went back to operative after fixed pros, you're right, Terrell. Like I saw that improvement, and it does kind of surprise you in the fact, like, oh wow, like I'm doing this prep in much less time, and it looks so much cleaner. So
Way better.
yeah, yeah, I totally get what you're saying there.
Yeah, so it's funny. I think that like the biggest surprise for me was really when I would have conversations with faculty, right? I think that the difference between, at least for me, from undergrad, my master's program, and into dental school, it was more so like the dental faculty were treating me more like a peer. And so, like, granted, we were looking up to them because, of course, they're already the doctors. They know exactly what they're doing, all these different things. But when we'd have these conversations, and I got to know them on a more personal level, it was really surprising just to hear their stories and hear how their path to dentistry and what they've done within the field and all these different things. And it just really opened my eyes to just how vast the field of dentistry really can be. And it just really like showed me that you can do whatever you want to do with dentistry, right? You can go into private practice and practice for 3 days, or you can work for corporate dentistry, or you don't even have to practice at all. You can be a movie director, right? You can do anything with your dental degree. And so really just seeing that really kind of made me excited about the profession. Just because for so long I thought that dentistry was just like one single lane and you could only do this. But after talking to all the faculty and becoming personable with them, me realizing that it's just a huge field with so many different opportunities, that really excited me and surprised me, to be honest.
Absolutely. I just like up until recently have been figuring out all those avenues that we can take as dentists. There's so many things I never even heard of before. So there's a lot for sure. You're absolutely right. What was y'all's outlook and decision regarding dental school residencies, and what kind of led you to making that decision?
So for me, it was more so I had talked to a lot of different people, right? And from what I was kind of gathering, the whole residency piece, it was either, you go into a good residency or a or a not so good residency, right? And from what I could tell, it was kind of like a 50-50 shot. And so when I think of residency, I think of, basically an apprenticeship, a mentorship type of aspect. And so I figured if I was able to find a mentor who I genuinely believe would help me grow as a dentist, especially as a new dentist, then I would go into that position and just work, instead of me doing the traditional school residency type of route. And I was fortunate enough to find that. And when I did find that, and I kind of just explained to her the situation I was in, what I was comfortable with, what I wasn't comfortable with, and kind of what my plan for the next year was, when I recognized that we were on the same We were on the same page about what it was that I was looking for in a mentor, and then what she was expected for from a employee. Once we got on the same page, I said, this is where I want to be, and uh, I kind of waived the residency option and decided just to go straight to work.
I would piggyback off the mentorship aspect. I think the biggest thing, whether you go into residency or whether you go into practice, is having a good mentor to really learn from and kind of be able to bounce ideas off and kind of teach you the ropes so you can just continue to evolve, become a better practitioner. But I think one of the other biggest things that goes into deciding if you can do a residency or will go into doing a residency is knowing yourself. Knowing which situations will kind of make you, bring that passion out of you and really energize you to really get up and do it. You'll be able to practice and be able to help people in different situations. But if a more scholastic environment to help you build your confidence and kind of still having a more of a safety net under you, is something that, you'll prefer and you feel like that would allow you to increase your productivity or like speed, kind of increase that curve of growth, then a residency obviously would be more so for you. But on the other side, if you feel like you're more of a independent learner, you kind of want to structure your own plans in terms of figuring out your own CEs, and you have someone to help guide you through that in terms of a mentor or something like that. Then obviously, going into that route where you can find a safe space to practice, like Tyler said he did, being able to have those conversations and finding a safe space to continue to grow and be able to hone your skills. Like I believe that going into practice would kind of be the option, and having that confidence, knowing that you know what you don't know to a certain extent, and know what you really need to work on, and you're willing to work and put those hours in after that 9 to 5 punching the clock. Then I believe that going the route of going into practice, could be more so for you. So I think it's just more so about knowing yourself, knowing which environment is going to be more I guess, suiting to the things that you feel like are your strengths. So that's kind of what led me that way, and just finding, seeing out there that there are ideal situations for you out there outside of doing the residency in order to grow in a safe space. So.
Right, absolutely. I just think it's cool how residencies are even an option for people in dental school because, people come into dental school and, some people they're in sim clinic and they're seeing that this is kind of what the job is going to entail. But a lot of times people, feel like that this is not what's going to make them want to get up every single day and, enjoy what they're doing. And that's where residencies come into play. You can go into anesthesia, you can go into pros, you can go into ortho, you can go into perio. There's so much. So you can kind of, exactly like you said, if you like what you're doing, you find what it is. And personally, I don't think I'm gonna specialize, but I think it's cool how, when we rotate in through those different specialties at our school, we really learn a lot from them. So it really kind of just opens your eyes beyond what you think dentistry is, and it's quite vast.